What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nick and this is Nick Reviews Anything. Today we're going to review a vacuum cleaner, the Bissel Power Lifter Pet Rewind Bagless Vac, right over here. Here it is. I bought this thing about a year ago to replace my Dyson that had pretty much caught on fire. Now, the Dyson was like 20 years old, so it had run its course. So I checked this thing out. It had some decent reviews. It didn't cost as much as the Dyson. That was the main selling point on it. But overall, let's take a look at this thing here. As you can see, it comes with a bunch of attachments. You've got this is good for furniture, carpeting. You know, it's got the swivel pet grabber there. I'll throw in some clips of me using these attachments. I didn't really want to drown the video out with the vacuum because it's kind of... And I'll throw in a video clip of how loud the vacuum is with my meter. But anyway. Back to the attachments. You got your regular dusting attachment. You've got your pet hair eraser. It's kind of like one of those lint rollers, you know. And you got the extender, you know, for the hose. And there is another attachment. Oh, I left it in here. You got the main, I don't know what you call this thing, but you know what it is. But anyway, the one good thing about this is it's got the hole on the top, and then you can twist it on the side here, and then it'll put the suction on the side. So you could technically do it like this or like this. But anyway, you know, it's a standard bagless vacuum cleaner. You got your carpeting settings here, your bare floor all the way up to heavy, I guess you'd call it shag carpeting. It's got the brushes on the side to get the baseboards, and it's got the rotating brushes on the front to pick up all the dirt and fur and all that stuff here. Over on back, it's just your typical vacuum. Got your power button. Got your cord rewind. All right, pretty much the best feature on this vacuum, the automatic cord rewind. It's a little button right here. Press that with your foot, make sure the cord's clear of any obstacles, and it should. And sometimes you gotta help it a little bit, but it sure beats bending over and doing it, winding it by hand. And you got the button to, you know, swivel it back. You know, you press this and it swivels back. It does swivel if you turn like this, but you don't have to do this or this. It's pretty low profile. As you can tell, I got this vacuum because I have animals, and this is a pet vacuum. So, but it'll get under, kind of, you know, maybe 2 inches tops is its maximum that it'll get under. You got your suction indicator here. Now, I'll tell you this, in a year of owning this thing, I've never had it lose suction, ever. And I've filled it up pretty good. Granted, mostly it's just dog hair. So I don't know, maybe if you're using more solid material, maybe it will. But, you know, thing pulls off. You can get a filter for it if you want. I've never messed with it, but you can put like a Febreze filter in there or anything to help your house smell a little better as you're vacuuming. I don't really bother with that. It's got a pretty long cord, I think. As you can see, it pulls out pretty far. Let's see. See what I mean? Pretty long cord. And it should be, that's it, because it's got the little warning indicator here. I can't remember. I want to say that it is an 8-foot cord, but don't quote me on this one. Anyway, I'll put up some pictures of the of a product listing on Walmart, so kind of give you an idea of some of the different specs that it has. But so, what do I like about it? Well, this thing does great on carpeting. Kind of carpeting, this thing sucks up fur that you didn't believe was there. I will throw in a clip of me emptying this container here after I got done vacuuming today. And granted, I did living room, 1 bedroom, and the kitchen. And most of it came out of the 1 bedroom where the dogs like to sleep, and that's carpeted. All right, simple to release. Push the button, pull the tank. A lot of fur. I do wish there was a button up top to open this. There's not. Two-handed job. But it all comes out pretty easy. Just like that. Close it up. Snap it back into place. That's it. Just like that. And you'll see just how much fur came out of there. And I just vacuumed a couple days ago. So I guess it depends on how much fur your dogs leave behind. But old Ripple there, oh boy, he sheds. And he sheds like crazy. But obviously I like the bagless part of it. This attachment's really cool. Does great. But it does really good with getting fur off of couches, beds, any type of like a bedspread or a rug even. Yeah, so it does good getting things away from like baseboards when you're on the carpeting. It does good on hard flooring, but like any vacuum, even my Dyson vacuum would have trouble like if I had dog food on the floor. No matter what the setting is for the carpeting, it would tend to just kind of push the dog food forward. You would have to almost like lift the front up a little bit and then go over it and push it down, and then it would suck it up. This thing's kind of 50-50. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, overall, it does a pretty good job with what I need it to do. Other than that, the duster works like it should. Yeah, so, there's not a lot to complain about. It's not a really expensive vacuum, so it's hard to really compare it to my Dyson. Because the Dyson was expensive. So it's its own thing. But there are some things that I don't like about this vacuum. First thing I don't like about this vacuum, this attachment. Not only do they not have a spot on this vacuum to attach this attachment to store it, but it's useless. I'm going to be honest with you, it's useless. This side here gets clogged immediately, even with just dog fur. This up here, and I'll show you a clip of me trying to suck up dog food. It immediately clogs. It doesn't, and I don't have big pieces of dog food. And let me see if I can get you some better lighting in there. It's hard to see it, but this whole opening is not what goes into the vacuum. It's half the size. The size of my finger in there is as big as the hole. So anything bigger than that, and it immediately clogs. So I don't know what they were thinking with this, and the fact that they couldn't even come up with a spot on here to store it, it bewilders me. I can't believe that. So yeah, I don't like that. The other thing I don't like is the hose. Granted, it's attached, and it does have one extender, like this. That's it. My Dyson hose was a long hose. And, again, I don't really want to compare this to a Dyson, but, it's long, but it just needs more. The other gripe I have about this is that, and I thought after using this vacuum for a year, this hose would stretch out a little bit and be a little more loose, but it still isn't. So the problem that I have with it is that if you're, 5 feet away and you're going over here and you're pulling it, bingo, it falls over. It tries to follow you, it falls over. I've been on the floor on my knees, going underneath the couch with this, and before I know it, this thing is crashing on top of my back. I don't know. I don't know if there needs to be a lock on this thing somewhere. I'm sure if you have it on carpeting, it's not a big deal because the carpeting will keep it in place. But as you can see, I've got a lot of laminate flooring in the house, and it just, no matter what I do, it just follows, and I'm not even pulling that hard. So I don't like that. Really, the only other major gripe I have about this vacuum, let me put this back together here. Yeah, I'm doing this one-handed. Where the cord comes out on the bottom. And with the cord coming out on the bottom, when you have this thing plugged in behind you, look at what happens, and I'll show a clip of this, me using it. But with the cord on the bottom and you're vacuuming along like this, what happens? Boom. It constantly runs over with the wheel. So what you have to do, and what I have to do, is I have to hold it up here, which is fine. But by doing that, I'm losing, 2 feet of cord because I got to hold it up here. My old vacuum, my Dyson, the cord was up here. It just came out up here. Why can't they put it there? Because then it's on the top and then you don't have to hold it like that. I don't know. Weird. Just another gripe. The only one last gripe, and it's not a big one. This canister should be able to be emptied one-handed, and it's not. You can release it from here with this, but this doesn't open the tank. So you have to go over to the garbage can, and then you have to press this button with your other hand to open it. So I know other vacuums, it's just up here. It's one button, it's a release, press the button, bottom opens, empties it. That's what it needs to do. So, I don't know. Anyway. So what do I think? Overall, it's a good vacuum. I think I paid a little over $100 for it. Maybe I think it's $150. So compared to a Dyson, which I had a animal canister vacuum, that's around $400 now. I forget. So comparing it to the price point, it's good for the price you pay for it. I have my gripes about it, like I mentioned in the video earlier, but it does do a good job on carpeting. If you have a lot of carpeting in your house, it does fantastic on carpeting. Like I said, the turbo eraser attachment here, this guy, wherever, that does really good on bedding, couches, anything like that. So would I recommend it? Yeah, for the price point, I would recommend it. Especially if you can get it on sale for like $100. It's hard to beat it. Would I pay regular price for it? Yeah, I'm on the fence. Right now, I'd give it like 3 out of 5 stars. Because like I said, those 2 gripes I have with that one attachment that doesn't store on the machine at all, and then gets clogged no matter what. And then the fact that this vacuum, every time you're using the hose, runs up on you because the hose isn't loose enough, drives me crazy. But you can't have everything be perfect, right? So I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah. So, not a long video. Like I said, I don't always want to take up a lot of your time. I'll put in like a Walmart listing or something at the bottom if you want to check it out. As they always say, like, subscribe, comment on the video. I'm new to this, so feel free to give me suggestions, tips, whatever. Well, thanks for putting up with me, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.